Good day. We're going to be learning how to cut a miter joint today with hand tools, and this is not commonly done, mostly done with a special tool called a mitre saw, which is a power saw that's made for cutting miters. Now a mitre is, as you're learning, a joint where you would take two pieces of wood and they're joined on the corners by cutting an angle, the same angle on each piece to make it join and go around the corner. You see this at the top of doors and around windows a lot, and in a lot of projects where you need a wood joint to hide the end grain. For example, on the sides of this you see a mitre here. That's a mitre. We're going to cut that, and you're going to need a combination square. Make sure you have a sharp pencil. You're going to need a saw and a hand plane, maybe a block plane or something similar. So I'm going to bring this down here. We're going to do the layout so you can see how to do that. So we're not too worried about exactly where that is, but we're going to take our block of wood and we're going to do a 45-degree layout. So the combination square has a square edge on the body, and it also has a 45-degree angle on the body. This is the part that you have to set against the edge in order to get a 45-degree reference. I'm going to draw a line there, and that's going to tell us our cut line. So what's the best way to cut this? Well, this would be a rare way of cutting it, but we're going to do it this way. We're just going to put it here in our vise, and we're going to, let's see here, maybe I should do a layout line on this side too so you can see it. Let's see here. Try to follow that line. You can see that. So I'm going to try to cut that down here. Slowing down towards the end of my cut. There we go. So just by cutting that in half, what we've got is two pieces now that when they join together, they should, if you cut it perfect. Cutting it by hand is a little tricky. Now this, since this came out of the same piece, very likely will be 90. But you want to have 90 degrees here for going around a corner, making a picture frame or whatnot. Now it's a little rough here, so we're going to clean that up. And to do that, we're just going to put them back to back so the points are together and clamp that in our vise. The reason we do that, maybe you can see this. If I come around here, why is this thing not going where I want it to? If I come around here, you can see I've got the pieces back to back right here, and they're supporting each other. So what I want to do now is use a hand plane to plane down to my line. I could also use, so there's a couple other tools I could use. So this is a block plane. It's a small hand plane you made for doing end grain like this. I'm just going to try to plane it right down to my line. And this is a very sharp blade. I can feel it. And you can see the smooth cut that I'm getting. And I'm down to my line there, so that's good. I'm going to switch it now. This is just to get some skills. If I don't have this other piece behind there, what will happen is that since the wood grain is coming out this way, the planer blade will catch and rip out, and you'll have a little split there. So my line, I don't have a line here, so I'm just going to try to smooth it out. and then I can check it here. Looks pretty good. Now, when I put these together this way, they meet quite nicely. And that's not a bad way to make a miter at all, is just with hand tools. So you've got a pretty good joint there, and that's what I want you guys to do. This is a miter joint. Try to make the edges smooth. The other tool I was going to show you was a rasp or something. A rasp could be used to, well, this is the Japanese rasp, called the Japanese, what is it? Saw rasp or something like that. You could use this to try to flatten out this edge, but a hand plane will work the best. Alright, that's how you make the miter joint, and I hope that you're able to do that.